Hey there, history buffs! Welcome back to HOW, where we dive into the fascinating, sometimes twisted stories that have shaped our world. Today, we're tackling a question you might not have even realized needed asking. Why do history lessons look so different depending on where you are in the world? The history we learn is more than just a collection of facts, it's a story. But who decides how that story is told? Let's explore how the same events can be painted with wildly different colors depending on who's holding the brush. Most history education is designed with a purpose. It helps shape a sense of identity, pride, and sometimes unity. Let's take a classic example, World War II. Now, the facts, like when it started, who was involved, and how it ended, might be consistent. But if you're in Germany, the way 1-2 is taught focuses heavily on responsibility, guilt, and reconciliation. It's an educational model designed to ensure such atrocities never happen again. Contrast that with how 1-2 is taught in the UK or the US, where there's often an emphasis on the triumphs, the bravery of soldiers, and the victory over evil. This is not to say one version is wrong, but each serves different purposes. And in Russia, World War II isn't just history, it's the Great Patriotic War, a story of unparalleled heroism and sacrifice. It's used to foster patriotism and unity. But what's left out? Maybe some details that don't fit the narrative. Another interesting example is the story of Christopher Columbus. In many parts of the world, especially in the United States for a long time, Columbus was celebrated as the courageous explorer who discovered America. But more recently, there's been a shift in some places, highlighting the brutal consequences his arrival had for indigenous populations. In some Latin American countries, Columbus Day is even seen as a day of mourning, not celebration. This perspective is crucial for acknowledging the voices of those who suffered. Now let's take a step further back in time with two powerful examples, the Crusades and the Mongol invasions. Take the Crusades. In Western European history, they are often portrayed as religious wars aimed at reclaiming the Holy Land, highlighting tales of knights, valor, and piety. But how do the Middle Eastern accounts differ? There, the Crusades are not viewed through the lens of holy conquest, but as an era of brutal invasions, upheaval, and resilience. Figures like Salah al-Din or Saladin are celebrated as defenders who unified and protected their homelands against foreign aggression. Or consider the Mongol invasions of the 13th century. For Mongolian history, this period marks the zenith of Genghis Khan's empire, unmatched military genius and expansion. To the conquered regions of Central Asia and the Middle East, however, this era is synonymous with devastation, mass destruction, and trauma that echoed through generations. Now, why is this important for you, dear viewer? Because the way history is taught shapes not just what we know, but how we think about the world and our place in it. Are we taught to be proud, to question, or to conform? These stories influence our identity and our values. Conflicts over historical narratives aren't just academic. They affect international relations, internal politics, and social movements. Whether it's disputes over monuments, the renaming of holidays, or how history is used in political campaigns, it all goes back to what we learn in school. So next time you pick up a history book or hear a story about the past, ask yourself whose story is being told and why. By understanding the perspectives embedded in these stories, we don't just learn history. We learn how to think critically about what we're taught. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the global classroom. If you found this enlightening, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to How for more eye-opening explorations. See you next time.